And so I was flicking through this month's trout and salmon, and this fly caught my eye. This is called a Simply Red, and it was tied on a silver Esmond Jury treble on that, but couldn't find one of them, so I'm going to tie it on a silver double here as a sailor. So the tail is sort of a sparse tail of red bucktail. So I'm going to take that and leave it quite long, maybe a couple of lengths or more of the fly. I'm going to wind that along the body there. Now, this fly had a rib of silver wire, so take a bit of silver wire, tie that in underneath. And then in the tail it had some red crystal flash. I'm just taking a strand of that, I'll double it over and set it on the top of that. And so if you want, you can double that back, then you have 4 strands. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to cut those second 2 strands off a bit shorter than the first, and that'll give me a little bit of taper of that in the tail of it as well. So the body's in 2 sections, rear section being silver holographic or silver tinsel. So I'll take that forward and then wrap the tinsel backwards to the tail, and then turn and start coming over itself on the way up. Tie that in. The front portion of the body, the front 2/3 of it, is a red holographic tinsel. I'm starting that at the front, and I'm going to wrap that back, leaving just that 1/3 of the body at the back, and then come forward, tie that in. Take our silver rib and rib over the body. Tie that in underneath and wiggle it to break it off. You can use your scissors, but it will destroy them. So this fly is slightly unusual in that it has a throat of grey squirrel, so I'm just going to take a little bunch of that, set it underneath, hold it in place, tie that in, snip off the waist ends, and then I'm going to put a little bit of super glue onto my thread. Just to hold that in place. For the wing, we're going to use red Arctic Fox. So I'm just going to take a bunch of that. If I hold it by the tips, I can take out all of the shortest underfur. Now we set that on top to come a little bit beyond the bends of the hooks there. Trim off the waist. Again, I'm going to add a little bit of super glue just to the tie-in point of that there, and wrap down onto it. Now again, an unusual portion, we're going to put a little bit of a dyed red golden pheasant tippet onto that. What I'd do there is I'd take the feather and I'd break out the very centre of it, so I end up with like a V. I'm going to place that on top and tie it in longer than what I wanted, and then I will pull it forward until I get the desired length on top. These other fibres out of the road. Now sort of stroking them back, tying those in on top. Trim that off. Again, a little dab of glue just to hold that in place. Now we want to put on a red hackle. Here I'm going to use a red badger hackle. Although a plain cock hackle or a plain red hen hackle. I think the one in the magazine actually had a plain red hen. So double that hackle, tied it in by its tip. And then I'm going to put on the hackle pliers. I'll wind that on, and as I wind it, I'm just folding it back to get it to lay better for myself. If you just wrap it on, it'll tend to stick out whichever way, because the hackle stems don't tend to be round. Twist my hackle there as I tie it in, and that means that my tie-in thread is running against the, with the flow of the fibres on the side of it, so therefore it doesn't trap the extra ones down. And then fold it back. Trim that off. Now I'm just going to fold all those fibres back a little bit. Now to finish that fly off, I'm going to put on some jungle cock. Now the one in the magazine had quite short jungle cock, so I suppose that's a personal preference thing, it's up to yourself. So we're going to leave it like it had it. So I'm stripping back an eye here so that I get this little flat white portion here to tie in on. A couple of wraps, fold it back on itself, trim that off. Prepare another one the same for our other side here, and do the same. A couple of wraps, fold it back, It's that fly where we just need to finish the head off here. So that's the reason I used the red silk to tie this fly, because there's a red head. So just to finish that off, I'm going to take a little bit of UV gel here. Just using a fine needle. I'm going to apply that all the way around the head. And then finish that off with a UV torch. There you have it. I think it'll be a very good back end fly from Trout and Salmon, the Simply Red.